Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. I'm Brian Ritz. Today I get to walk you around a brand new 2022 Newmar Ventana 4369, one of our last 2022 Ventanas that we have in stock. This coach is available today. So my plan for this video, we're gonna walk around the outside and then we'll head inside. We'll look at all the storage, look at all the amenities that it has, and just kind of teach you how to use it. So first things first on this exterior, this is the Colfax full body paint. So no stickers, no decals or graphics. They're gonna crack and fade over time. Complete paint job. Now this particular coach is optioned out very well. We did put a lot of options on it. So first option we have is the Carefree window awning package. So our three major windows, the one here in the living room, the one in the living room on the other side, and then the window in the bedroom, all have a manual extending awning. Now you do have to come out with the rod, pull down on that strap to extend them, but super easy process. And then we have the Carefree awning up above the door as your entrance awning. And then last but not least, this was a new option for the Ventana in 2021, but we get the Girard Nova integrated roof awnings. Now there is two separate awnings here and we can control them individually. You can control them, one with the remote, two, there's an actual touchpad underneath the coach, and then three, there is a second remote mounted inside the coach, which I'll show you in just a little bit. Now, with this being two separate awnings, I can control them individually. So if I just wanted to have one out, let's just say there was a tree blocking one, I can just extend one at a time to make sure we always have shade available. Now with those awnings, we also get this beautiful LED light strip integrated into the bottom of them, so if they're out at night, we can have just a little bit of light down underneath those awnings while we're enjoying our camping. Moving back just a little bit, another exterior option that we did, we have a Samsung 43-inch HD TV built into the sidewall. Now with that Samsung 43-inch HD TV, we also get a Bose Solo 7 soundbar, so that's just right below here, which is capable of one, playing the sound from the TV, or we can connect it to the dash radio inside the coach, or you can connect it to Bluetooth and play music off of your phone if needed. Up front here, we do have one of our fuel fills for our 100 gallons of diesel fuel. This coach does have dual side fuel fill. We'll get to the other side in a little bit. First compartment, just a nice big storage compartment. Now there is an option to put a refrigerator freezer down in this bay and be a pull-out refrigerator freezer on a tray. This coach is prepped for that, so we did have the electrical put in there, just not the refrigerator freezer. We do keep them in stock, so if you wanted one, we could put it in there for you. Next compartment, we have a 91-inch long pass-through tray. So 60% of extension on either direction, so we can pull this out from driver or passenger side, very easy. And it does have a 1,000 pound capacity. Next compartment, another big pass-through bay. Now, if you wanted to, we could add an additional pass-through tray in this bay. More storage here. Now over on the left side, we do get two 110 volt outlets, so if we need power outside, we have it available. Those two white boxes are the actual control pads for the awnings, so we can extend and retract them there as well. And then sliding tray just to optimize that storage a little bit. Now this one is not a full pass-through. I'll show you why on the other side. Here we have a pegboard. This would be a great place to keep some tools, a couple extra quarts of oil, spare belt, you know, any of those emergency supplies that you may need. This is a great compartment to keep them in. Back behind that pegboard is going to be your 105 gallon freshwater tank. That's why we don't get a big deep storage there. The Newmar Ventana 4369 is a 44 foot 10 inch coach, 43 foot 10 inch coach, I'm sorry. So we do get the tag axle with that for a little bit better ride quality. Really what it's going to do is just redistribute the weight from the back of the coach across the full length of the coach to give us a more stable, comfortable, safe ride. Last compartment here on the passenger side, we have our two 12-volt chassis batteries. Now all those batteries are going to be used for is starting the engine. There's also a battery disconnect switch up top here. So if you're putting this coach in storage for extended periods of time, you can kick that off. That way we're not drawing down those two chassis batteries. In the back of the Newmar Ventana, not a whole lot to see here. So the Newmar Ventana is equipped with a Cummins ISL. That is a 9-liter, 400 horsepower, 1,250 foot-pounds of torque engine. And then down below, we have a 2-inch receiver with a 15,000 pound towing capacity and a 1,500 pound vertical weight capacity. 7-pin connector for all our trailer brakes and trailer lights. And we also have brake sync, which is a Freightliner installed feature. Basically, if you're going to be using an Air Force One for your tow vehicle, it's already prepped for it. We just have to connect an airline and set up the vehicle. Now, back here, we do still have access to all of our, pre-trip basic maintenance items. So on the right side, we have the transmission oil fill as well as dipstick, engine oil fill, engine oil dipstick, coolant reservoir up here, I'm sorry. So, and there is a little sight window here so that you can easily look and check and make sure you have coolant inside the coach. Up top, we do have 2 backup cameras. So those are going to be full color HD backup cameras. Now, the one at the very top is kind of your long view. This one here, we can change the angle of it a little bit. That way, if we're backing up to a trailer or something, we can look straight down at our hitch, or we can get a nice wide angle if we're trying to back into kind of a weird spot. Coming over to the passenger side, just some more storage here. Now this bay does pass through. So I always think this would be a great bay for all your lawn chairs, some of those longer items. And then the tank for our diesel exhaust fluid. So that is a 13-gallon diesel exhaust fluid tank. Now there is a gauge on it outside, as well as a gauge inside on the dash, so we can always see what our diesel exhaust fluid level is. Just a compartment here for that gray and black tank hose to keep it completely isolated from all your other storage compartments. Good on Newmar for giving you that little spot. And then the new for 2022 stainless steel water bay. So Newmar Ventana is a really cool coach because it has a lot of the high-end features that we see in the Dutch Star and up, just without the complexity of it. So we still get our power water hose reel. So it is a manual extend, power retract, whole house water filter, hot and cold exterior shower. We can also turn on our water pump from out here in order to use that exterior shower, and then the dump for our gray and black tank. So there is a little hole in the floor, so you run your hose out through this hole and connect it that way. Next compartment, we have our 50 amp power cord on a reel. Again, this is going to be a manual extend power retract. Just give it a pull, comes out, push the button on the side, and away she goes. Now, 50 amp power cord, it is a 50-foot long cord. Here we have our Oasis Chinook system. So this is going to be our heat as well as hot water. So one, it's a 50,000 BTU furnace, and two, it's going to provide us with on-demand hot water. Now we can run this 3 different ways. We have 2 900-watt electric elements, which can be run individually, or we can run it using diesel fuel. Other side of our pass-through bay. Now in here right now to the left, we do have a couple extra tiles, just in case you were inside, ever dropped one, cracked one, broke one, or dropped something on one and cracked it or broke it. We could just have a tile to replace it with. Here at Transwest, we are fully capable of replacing tiles. Not that it happens that often. And then, like I said, on the other side, 60% either direction for the extension on your pass-through tray. Up front here, we have 8 6-volt house batteries on a tray. So if you are the kind of person who's going to do your own maintenance, and you want to swap these batteries out at some point, you do just pull them out to you. It's a heavy tray, so we do get those 2 locking pins you saw me pull out, but slide them into place. And this is just a good safety feature, so if you take a turn, you don't have 200 pounds of batteries coming sliding out. Other side of our fuel fill, so again, 100 gallons of diesel fuel. Can fill it from either side. And then last but not least, up front, we have just our electronics compartment. So in there we have all of our chassis fuses. So things like your power seats, your power steering wheel, things like that are going to be in here. Newmar does give you this fuse block here. These are just some spares, so that if you ever need one and didn't bring an extra with you, we have a couple for you as soon as you pick up the coach. Now, the stock number for this unit is 5N220123. Again, this is a 2022 Newmar Ventana 4369. So that's pretty much going to wrap up the outside. We can go on in now. And as we walk in here, I do have our slides completely closed up so that you can see your space while you are actually driving. So working my way back here, I have access to my bed. Now I do lose about 2.5 inches of my bed in certain places with the slides closed, just because it kind of tucks underneath this cabinet. But there's still plenty of room in here where if I needed to pull over and just take a quick, half an hour nap, plenty of room here to do so. Access to my pantry, refrigerator, and then most importantly, the half bath here in the center of the coach. I can absolutely get in there. So we'll go ahead and get these slides opened up now. So while these slides are opening, just a couple things that I did not mention on the exterior. So we have 105 gallons of fresh water, 75 gallons of gray water, and 55 gallons of black water. Now, this particular coach, while we optioned it very well, we did leave off a couple things. So it does not have a satellite system currently. If you wanted to add one, we have basically all of them in stock. So we can add whatever you want to the roof of this coach in terms of satellite TV. The other cool thing that we have started doing is the new Starlink mobile Wi-Fi setup. And we actually put it on a King Air as kind of our demonstration unit. So if you want to see how that works, give me a call. You can come in and we can play with Starlink on a coach. Really cool system. It works very well. Now also on the roof, we do have 3 15,000 BTU air conditionings with heat pumps built into them. And then in the front, I didn't open it up, but we do have an Onan 8,000 watt diesel generator, which does pull directly off of that 100 gallon diesel fuel tank. Last slide here. So the 4369 was again the best selling floor plan for Newmar across both the Newmar Dutch Star as well as the Newmar Ventana. So most popular floor plan, and there's a reason for it. I mean, it is just great all around. So we're gonna start in the back here in the full bath. Actually, I'm gonna shut the engine off real quick. All right, so right now you were looking at a 50-inch by 34-inch shower. Little lock on the door. Hop on in. Tons of room in here. We get the dual shower head, so we have the rain as well as the wand. We can adjust the wand up and down as needed. And then we also have the shower miser system. Basically what that's going to do is recycle the cold water that's sitting in your lines back into your freshwater tank and bring hot water up, so you have hot water on demand. We also have the option for the stool in here. So if you need to sit down shave your legs, just whatever kind of flexible space you need, we do have that option in this coach. Coming out on the back side of the toilet here, we do have the emergency egress door. Now there is a little ladder built into that, so if you needed some extra help getting out, we do have a ladder built into our emergency egress door. And then a Dometic electric flush macerating toilet back here. To the right, we have a little bit of shelving, as well as some hanging storage, as well as a safe built in to the back wall. And then more hanging storage, just a massive closet back here, and more shelving over on the left side. Now the wood color in this coach is the Glacier Glaze Maple. So kind of that new nice white light interior. Really makes it feel nice and bright in here when we have the lights on, or even when the lights are off and we just have windows open. Dual medicine cabinets in the 4369. And then we also get the dual sinks. Now with the sinks, we also get 2 outlets on either side of it. And then down below, we have 4 drawers. Now all of our drawers in the Newmar Ventana are going to be soft closing, so you don't have to worry about people slamming them and damaging them. And then 2 huge cabinets for all your additional toiletry storage needs. And then when we ordered this coach, we did go ahead and option it with the Splendid stacked washer and dryer. Moving into the bedroom, another option we put on this coach is going to be the Sleep Number R5 Radius air mattress. So Sleep Number, so you can adjust how firm or soft it is side to side for the most comfort. It is a 72 by 80 radius corner king bed, with storage all the way across the top of it. I'm not going to open them all up, but nice deep cabinets. Now a common theme you're going to see is all of our cabinets in here are going to be carpet lined so that things aren't rattling around while you're in transit. We also get a little bit of storage underneath the bed. Now in here right now, we see our 2 folding chairs for our kitchen table, as well as our leaf to extend the kitchen table. And then on either side of the bed, we do get nightstands with 2 110 volt outlets and 2 12 volt USBs built into them. And we also get opening windows on either side of the bed. I've heard a lot that people like having that kind of cross breeze coming across their faces while they're sleeping, so we do get those opening windows, something we're seeing go away on some of the newer coaches. More hanging storage. And in the bedroom, you do get the his and hers setup. Another 43-inch Samsung HD TV with a solid surface countertop down below. Phone, wallet, keys before you go to bed. Great place to throw them. And then 5 drawers down below. Now this one does extend a little bit farther, just so that it gets out from underneath this cabinet here. And then an AV compartment. Now, like I said earlier, we do not have a satellite on this coach, but we can put one up there. We could do an in-motion, we could do a stationary, DirecTV, Dish Network, whatever you need. We probably have it in stock and are more than capable of installing it for you. Moving up into the center of the coach, we've got the half bath. Now, in here from the factory, here, just hand me the camera. We'll do it that way. From the factory, we get our fuses and circuit breakers for the house. So easy to access. You know, if it's a cold, snowy night, you don't want to have to go outside and search for those fuses and circuit breakers. And then another sink, 2 more 110 volt outlets, and then a fan for this bathroom and an additional medicine cabinet. Opposite of the bathroom. So it's an option on the 2022 Newmar Ventana to make it an all-electric coach, which we did. So That's what gives us the 8 6-volt house batteries, as well as the 19.7 cubic foot Whirlpool residential refrigerator with the ice maker below. Tons of storage in here, really gives you that ability to be on those extended trips without having to go grocery shopping all the time. And then we also get the massive 6-drawer pantry. Now each of these drawers is adjustable up and down as needed. Good extension length, and then they do lock back into place. So if I sit here like this, they're kind of unlocked, push it all the way in, and it locks back into place to keep them secure while you are in transit. Coming over to the kitchen, we get the 2-bowl stainless steel undermount sink with a very residential style faucet. So you do get the sprayer wand on there. Solid surface countertop that is going to be Corian, and then a 2-burner true induction cooktop. Now I always point this out, but I just love it. We do get cutting boards on the bottom of our cooktop covers. So just one thing you don't have to worry about and think about when you're planning for your trip. 2-burner true induction cooktop that is removable. So if you wanted to cook outside, all you do is lift it up, unplug it from the back, take it outside and cook it with it, and then bring it back in, plug it back in, and it sets down nicely into its little home. Down below to the left side here, 2 very big drawers. And then with those drawers, you also get the countertop extension for additional cook space inside the coach. Cutlery drawer, silverware drawer. Now in here right now, it's a little scary because we've got all the remotes that come with this coach. Remember, we have 4 TVs, so we're gonna have 4 Samsung remotes, 2 sound bars, so 2 Bose remotes. Most of these are redundant. A lot of people will just take a couple of them out and put them in storage. Dishwasher in a drawer. Now that is going to be a Fisher & Paykel dishwasher. And then big cabinet underneath the sink with space for a trash can, something a lot of manufacturers for some reason can't figure out. And then we'll go through these cabinets kind of quick. Just a ton of kitchen storage. All of our shelves are going to be adjustable up and down as needed. And then here in the center, you do get the Whirlpool 1.7 cubic foot convection microwave, so that is going to double as an oven. More cabinets across the top. Another AV. And then up top, we also get this additional Bose soundbar. Now, one thing I love about the 4369 is it is a televator coach. So here in the center, push a button, and across from your theater seating, you do get a 50-inch Samsung HD TV on the televator. Now, I love televators because if I'm not watching TV and I have it put away, I get all the natural light from that window. But if I do want to watch TV, I'm not turning my head in weird ways in order to do so. So this coach is optioned with the theater seating. Now these are not bolted down at all, so you can move them around the coach as needed, but very nice, comfortable theater seats. And you don't have to strap them down when you're in transit. They do sit very secure with how nice this coach rides. And I think, let's go, I'm gonna open all these up for you, so you can look at all the cabinets across the off-door slide out. And then instead of a booth, we do have the table and chairs. You saw it underneath the bed. There are 2 additional chairs, so you can sit and eat 4 people here. That table does extend 14 inches using the leaf that was also stored underneath the bed. And then we will go up front here and talk about coach controls before we go over the cab. So up top here, got a couple things going on. So first, we have a Winegard or a Wi-Fi Ranger Wi-Fi system. So we do have the ability to put a SIM card on that and have 4G Wi-Fi wherever we go. To the left here, that is the control for a Winegard Razor automatic TV antenna. So that is going to pick up just your local over-the-air channels. To the right, we have our power control system. So that's going to tell us where we are drawing our power from and what is powered. So right now I have the generator running. Down here, it's going to say that I can run my water heater, my block heater, keep scrolling down, and then all three of my air conditionings. The other thing that does is tells us how much power each of those appliances is actually drawing. Control pad for our Oasis hydronic heating system. So this is where we're going to turn on our furnace, whether we're using, and hot water, whether we're using the diesel fuel or electricity. It also has just a couple indicator lights here. So if you have a fault, you'll know right away when you turn it on. This is going to be the control for our Victron 3000 watt inverter. So this is going to tell us where we're drawing our power from again, where that power is going to, and how much battery life and such we have. Awning control for that Carefree over-the-door awning. Awning controls for those two Girard integrated roof awnings. Exterior security lights. Slide out controls for both your driver and passenger side. This is just going to be your front two. Your back one is still in the bedroom. And then here we have the KIB panel. Now, if I go to the tanks level, it's going to tell us our house battery level, chassis battery level, as well as our fresh gray and black tank levels in a percent. Now, one thing I like about Newmar, one really cool feature, is I have this autofill button right here. So let's just say it's our last day, we're getting ready to leave. We want a full water tank before we leave. All you have to do is hit this autofill button. It'll change the valve down on your city water connection to tank fill up your tank, and then shut it back down once the tank is full. Really cool feature. HVAC. Now, I told you this coach does have three 15,000 BTU air conditionings on the roof with heat pumps. This is going to be where we control all of those. So it is broken down into zones: living room, kitchen, bedroom, and we can set them all for different temperatures if we would like to. And then last but not least, the AGS settings. So this is automatic generator start. Basically, it is a safety item here. So if you were leaving the coach for an extended period of time and you had your dog in here or your cat, and it lost power in the park and it shut off your air conditionings, we can actually set it so that when it hits a certain temperature, it'll kick the generator on and cool it back down. Or we can set it to, if your batteries get too low, we can kick it on and charge those up as well. Coming down into the cab. So over here on my left side, we have the equalizer automatic leveling system. So when we get to our park, all we need to do, hit power, hit auto level. It's going to drop all four jacks down below and level us out. Tag dump, enable or disable. Really not a whole lot you're ever going to have to do with that one. It's kind of an emergency situation switch. Air horn on and off. We do have two horns. One is the city and one is your air horn. Power heated mirrors, so we can adjust both the driver and passenger mirror right here. Headlights, dome lights, which is just going to be the lights above our head. House and chassis battery boost, so if one of our battery banks ever die, we can pull power from the other one to get us going. This coach is built on the Freightliner custom chassis. Again, powered by a Cummins ISL, 400 horsepower, 1,250 foot-pounds of torque. On the back side of that engine, we do have the Allison 3000 6-speed automatic transmission, which is controlled right here on this stock. So drive, neutral, reverse, and then this stock also controls a couple other features, such as your engine brake. So on the Newmar Ventana, we do get a low, medium, and high engine brake, just depending on your comfortability levels, as well as your application. You can have that engine brake set for you, what you feel comfortable with. We can also shift up or shift down if we're in the mountains or something and we want to shift manually. You absolutely can. Or you can change it from economy to performance mode. Performance mode really just gives you 300 additional RPMs before the coach is going to shift. On the left side of the steering wheel, we get another stock. So this one is going to control our windshield wipers, and then it also is our blinkers and high beams. Here on the steering wheel, we do have the smart steering wheel. So we can scroll through all of our options on the dash. The Newmar Ventana does come standard with comfort drive steering, which is basically an electronic assist on your power steering. So what it does is it tightens up or loosens up how much torque it takes to turn the steering wheel. It also always brings it back to center. So just really cuts down on the driver fatigue side of things. Cruise control over on the right side, as well as a marker light interruption. So if you want to flash someone to let them know that they're past you, a guy with a big trailer or something, you can go ahead and flash your lights. And then this is a tilt and telescoping steering wheel using the pedal over on my left side. Coming over to the right, Newmar does an awesome job by always giving us a dedicated camera screen. So right now it is a full-time rear view camera. If I turn on a blinker, it's going to go ahead and go to my blinker camera. Now it's a little funny right now because I've got slides open and such. Go to the right side. Over to the right, this is going to be our actual radio. So on a 2022, we have AM, FM, Bluetooth, and Sirius XM radio. We also have the new Nav and Go system for 2022. So the cool thing about Nav and Go over previous models is going to be it does over-the-air updates instead of having a little SIM card that you have to put in there, but you have to remove that SIM card to update it before your trips. Shade controls for the front of the coach. Overhead fans, which are fans back behind my cabinets that move air around. They also act as additional defrosters. Generator start and stop. And then front fan. Now this switch is probably one of my favorites because when you're traveling in the winter, us Colorado guys traveling in the winter in Class A's, it's very hard to warm up the front of them. So what this does is turns on some fans down below the dash and pulls heat off of the actual furnace for the motorhome to keep us comfortable while we're traveling on those colder days. And then just your basic HVAC controls, entry lock, and 360 camera select. So that will actually just let you scroll through your camera settings. And I think that's basically going to do it. Again, this is a 2022 Newmar Ventana 4369. This coach is available today. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call. Again, my name is Brian Moritz with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. My phone number is 303-482-6375. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.